Naglo-low carb ang mga tao ngayon. Low Carb Tuesday episode for our LCF Lifestyle Talk with yours truly, Dr. Josephine Grace Rojo Tan. Yan yung pag-uusapan natin today. Ikaw, kung naka-low carb ka, try to answer also if hindi kayo nakasagot ng ating form kanina. Why do people choose low carb? Ano yung rason mo? Kung ikaw ay baguhan sa ating groups, hello. And for those who are old timers, members of Life Without Rice, Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community, kindly indicate din kung bakit kayo nag-low carb. And we will share with you in a short while kung ano yung resulta ng short and quick survey natin this morning on why people choose low carb. And we will also discuss kung meron bang basihan, kung tama ba na pinili nila yung low carb because of those reasons. So, we will check it now. So, yan yung ating results sa ating survey kanina. So, this is being updated from time to time. So, yan, kanina 215 responses pa lang. Now, it's already 220. This is a special episode for our Low Carb Tuesday. So, yung tanong, what is your reason why you choose low carb? So, nakita natin based on these graphs. So, yan, yung pinakamataas dyan, yung kulay blue, and that is weight loss. So, yes, it is expected that many initially started low carb for weight loss. However, habang tumatagal, dumadami na yung nakakita that weight loss is actually just secondary. But yes, when it comes to low carb, it is very, very effective. Bakit effective ang low carb for weight loss? This is because ang low carb ay nakapagpababa ng ating glucose sa ating dugo. At kapag mababa yung blood glucose natin, bababa rin yung ating insulin level. That's why in this food spectrum, yung parating kinakain are the ones in the blue to green zone. Ito yung mga low-carb whole foods. This is also synonymous to our JGC Rojo food list na kung saan yung pinopromote natin are real, nutrient-dense na low-carb na mga pagkain. Ano yon? Itlog, karne, isda, pork, beef. We also have seafoods. And for the vegetables naman, you can have all your favorite green leafy vegetables, petchay, you have kangkong, broccoli, cruciferous vegetables. There's also lettuce. And for the fruits naman, we have avocado, of course. Mature coconut meat. Take note on the mature coconut meat, hindi yung young coconut. And also some degree of berries in moderation. Kapag mababa kasi yung ating blood glucose sa katawan, mababa rin yung ating insulin sa katawan. At kapag mababa ang insulin sa katawan, we are now become successful with our fat loss. Bakit successful ang fat loss or weight loss sa low carb? It's because yung insulin po ay isang hormone na ang other name niya ay fat blocking hormone. So, yung fat storing hormone and it blocks lipolysis. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Kapag mataas yung insulin level natin sa ating katawan, yung mga taba na naiimbak sa ating katawan in the form of fats na nakikita in our arms, in our belly, in our buttocks, and for those naman na hindi tabain, yung mga fats rin na nasa kanilang bloodstream in the form of triglycerides and VLDL. So all of those fats, hindi yan matatouch, hindi yan ma-activate and mababurn into energy as long as mataas yung insulin level. Of course, there are other rare instances and special instances na kahit mataas yung insulin, na-activate pa rin. And that is a dangerous na pathway seen among uncontrolled diabetics. Sobrang taas na ng kanilang insulin sa katawan. However, they already have insulin resistance, kaya hindi na nagagamit yung kanilang glucose. So they have this area na mataas yung kanilang glucose, at the same time mataas din yung kanilang ketone levels kasi nga wala nang magamit na energy. Parang nag-o-override na. But later na yan. Huwag niyong komplikahin yung inyong isipan. In general, especially if you are watching this and you are looking into weight loss for low carb, you are in for a good treat because low carb can be the yummiest way for you to lose weight kasi sobrang sarap po ng pagkain ng low carb. And when it comes to sarap, it's not just the palate, yung ating dila, yung ating palate lang yung nag-enjoy, but most importantly, it's actually the ones na nasa ating cells. Our cells can thrive, can enjoy the foods that are coming from natural fats and good proteins at magagamit niya ito for energy and building blocks. So that's why low carb is very effective for weight loss kasi pag the moment na mababa yung blood glucose level, mababa yung insulin level sa katawan natin, it will just go naturally into fat burning state. Kapag walang insulin, automatic your body will shift into fat burning. However, hindi siya ganon kadali. It might take a few hours, almost a day, before it can be fully activated from the last time that you ate carbs. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Ibig sabihin, if kumain kayo ng tinapay kaninang 11 in the morning, so that's just 1 hour ago, most likely your fat loss will not be activated to now or in 2 hours. But if you will stay low carb, starting 11 o'clock, like last intake mo na ng carbohydrates yung tinapay na yon, then by tomorrow after 18 hours, so around 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, then you can expect starting of fat loss or lipolysis sa inyong katawan because on average, nagkakaroon ng effect na on insulin ang carbohydrate intake natin in a day. So that's just average. It can be a little lower or longer in others. Pero yun yung average natin. And of course, quantity matters din. Kasi baka merong mga magsasabi dyan, what if isang kutsara lang yung kinakain ko? So it can still have an effect but very minimal, very low. But we are looking into average practices, average habits. So when you take one meal with carbohydrates, high carb carbohydrates, which would include ano yung mga high carb na mga carbohydrates na alam natin. We will see here. So these are the carbohydrates that you actually want to avoid. So yung mga matatamis, so the breads and even the starch. So yung mga kamote, yung mga kanin, any grains, mais, so pasta, noodles, and even fruits. So fruits ay kailangan nating isipan. So wait for a while. I will turn off muna. Meron akong niluluto. It's okay. Yeah. Already hungry and I will eat right after our live. So moving on, ang kailangan talaga when it comes to low carb nutrition is the knowledge na alam nyo when you do low carb, you are lowering your glucose first and then your insulin level in the body and then you activate fat burning and then your inflammation will also lower down. So that is the reason why the first step in low carb is to avoid those things. So good thing is, kahit hindi lang po weight loss yung inyong goal, which is, we will discuss in a short while, low carb can still be very helpful. So yan, this is our graph again. We will look into the other reasons why people choose low carb. So the next in line, so pakita natin. What's that one? The one in brown. Can you see it clearly? Ano yung reason na yan? And what is your reason as well? Ito rin ba yung reason nyo? So the next actually, top 2 is longevity and immunity. So people are already doing low carb for long and healthy life and also to improve their immune system. So kahit pa bata pa, you are already doing low carb for the sake of improving your life quality and quantity. So both yan. Hindi okay kung sobrang tagal kang mabuhay pero bedridden ka naman, you are already demented, wala nang sa tamang pag-iisip, and sadly, hindi na rin capable of doing anything. So with low carb, we are looking into longer years and our senior years na mas energetic tayo. So, kaway-kaway, hello sa mga seniors nating mga nasa live audience ngayon. More than 1,200 live audience. Thank you so much for supporting. Maraming salamat po. And yan, yung kanilang number 2 reason. Because this survey, hindi natin inalaw yung multiple answers. Although I know marami sa inyo yung gusto mag-answer ng lahat. weight loss, longevity, and healing of so many things. Pero what is your first reason why you do low carb? At ito yung mga sagot ng karamihan. And after longevity and immunity, the next highest top rating na answer would be this one, orange, and we have diabetes. So, sino ang mga diabetic dyan? At kamusta yung blood sugar ninyo after doing low carb? I hope you are doing well. Masaya ba kayo sa low carb? Don't worry, sa mga 1 month pa lang dyan, sa mga 2 months pa lang dyan, huwag kayong mag-alala. We will show later kung gaano nakatagal yung karamihan sa ating mga respondents in this quick survey. So for those na who want to answer this question, I'll send you the link for this one. Okay? Para makapag-answer kayo, I will copy this and I will send it to you para makapag-answer kayo. So you can join the fun and we will update this maybe next week sa ating next Low Carb Tuesday episode. Anyway, moving forward, ano yung mga next na reason why people go into low carb is to heal their hypertension. So yan, after diabetes, next nga. And nakita nga natin, no, it's usually a combination, parang combo. Meron isa na obese, overweight, na merong high blood pressure, and also diabetes. Although, this trio, hindi naman siya parating consistent. There is just this short phase na marami yung tawag nating merong diabetes and obesity. However, sobrang dami ngayon na kilala natin na payat, never tumaba, even athletic, even runners, marathoners, but nagugulat na lang sila na comes age 40 ay nagsisimula nang tumaas yung kanilang blood sugar and they are already succumbing into diabetes. So this is the ones why we choose to do low carb because we can heal it. At sobrang dami na po yung nag-improve sa diabetes. So we have an ongoing low carb and fasting masterclass specific for diabetes at sobrang dami na po yung nag-improve nito. Uy, yan, tama pa rin. It's still the longevity ang mas mataas kesa sa ating diabetes followed by our, yan, nag-update yung ating form because people are answering na. Maraming salamat po. So this one, diabetes, hypertension. Next would be lower bad cholesterol. And I hope the bad cholesterol that you are lowering are really the bad cholesterol, hindi yung cholesterol na nagiging bad lang together with inflammation and insulin level. Yung bad cholesterol na tinutukoy natin na kailangan nating pababain would be, ano yung dalawa na yon na very important, very basic, that's the triglycerides and VLDL, okay? Because HDL can actually be neutral and can even be good. Depende kung sino yung kasama niya. As one influencer, also social media influencer when it comes to low carb nutrition, nakalimutan ko lang kung sino yung nag-explain nun, na yung LDL daw ay parang isang estudyante. And it is very highly suggested, highly influenced, depende kung sino yung barkada niya. So, if yung barkada niya ay yung mga hindi masyadong responsible, pariwara, yung mga bad influence, so pwede rin siya maging bad. But if he is surrounded by good and straight A's and studious students, most likely it will also be nice. So, yung LDL, magiging masamang LDL if may kasabay nitong mataas na triglycerides, mataas na HbA1c, mataas na C-reactive protein, mataas na ESR, and those are signs of inflammation. However, if your LDL is surrounded by good markers, low signs of inflammation, mababa yung CRP, mababa yung ESR, yung calcium scoring, when it comes to cardiovascular risk ay mababa din. Yung HbA1c is below 5.7 and also yung triglycerides is low, then most likely those LDL is nothing to be feared of, and especially if meron itong kasabay na mataas na HDL. So yan ang rason, and I hope you are going to be successful. Madali lang pong maging successful sa low carb when it comes to healing. So tingnan natin, no, ang daming healing dito, and these are actually based on our personal experience evidence and also based on scientific data. And of course, galing na rin sa ating low carb and fasting masterclass because we have a masterclass for each of these diseases. So message lang our admins if you wish to know more. After our lower bad cholesterol, marami rin pong sumagot, healing for fatty liver. Wow! So fatty liver is a criteria na nakikita on ultrasound, and liver damage can be seen when it comes to your blood panel. So liver enzymes, SGPT or SGOT or ALT, AST. So pareho lang yon. If elevated yon, most likely there is already liver injury. And pinakamadaling nakita ko, nasa 3 weeks time. In 3 weeks time, na sobrang taas na, madali pala sa other people yon. But with me, I was able to normalize my elevated na liver enzymes after I took pain relievers that were damaging my kidneys that time. But when I did strict low carb and stick to OMAD 1 week lang, it was already reversed. So ganun lang po kadaling tulungan yung ating atay as long as we don't abuse it. Our liver is one of the most important organs sa ating katawan, and it takes all the dirt and all the blame minsan kapag nasira na yung ating liver. So many other parts of our system can go wrong. Pwedeng magkaroon ng hepatic encephalopathy. So, yung pagkasira ng ating brain because of the toxins produced by a failed liver, like a damaged liver. So, pwedeng mangyari yon. But actually, tayo po ang dapat mag-alaga sa ating liver, and we can take care of it by taking only real, nutrient-dense, low-carb, whole foods at hindi yung mga processed. And of course, hindi mataas sa glucose, fructose, at iba pang mga toxins. So, after healing our liver, what else? So, dumadami na yung response. Thank you so much. We also have healing for cancers and tumors, kasabay ng healing for allergies and asthma. So, allergies and asthma, most likely kapag ina-atake kayo nito, you are having acute inflammation. If meron kayong asthma or allergic attack, kahit sino yung kakilala ninyo, try to do a 24 to 48 hour food recall. Try to remember kung ano yung kinain nyo for the last 24 to 48 hours because most likely the reason is there. If hindi pa kayo naka-low carb, most likely it's the high carb foods. It's not just the rice or baka yung isang soft drinks that you added to your meal or baka nasa pasobrahan ka ng fruits because merong kang kaibigan na binigyan ka ng isang dosen ng apple na kinain mo lahat or whatever it is that are rich in sugar and glucose, fructose, at marami pang iba. Others, milk products can also be that. So try to see kung ano yung nag-triggers ng inyong allergies and asthma. And ice creams, especially sa mga bata, yung mga treats, yung mga cookies, those may sound benign, especially yung mga cookies that are hiding under the label that it's healthy. Ano yon? Nabiktima din ako noon yon ng oatmeal cookie. That's just not just because na meron itong oats is already healthier. Yes, it has a little higher amount of fiber, but it doesn't mean that it's actually really healthy, especially na eto ay loaded lang din ng sugars, shortening, and other flours and chemicals. So wheat flour that are very highly inflammatory when taken too much. So tumors naman, cancer and tumors are still a byproduct of inflammation, but this one is long-term. So for those na merong kilalang may cancers and tumors, try to look at your life. Like in general, gaano karami yung kinakain yung rice sa araw-araw. Kung hindi man sa rice, that would include also the amount of bread, noodles, pasta, yan, sa other countries, patatas. So those are the common na mga sources of sugar, of glucose na napapasobra. And it's now no longer applicable na sa matatanda lang merong cancers and tumors. Now we've seen young patients who are already suffering from cancers and tumors. So that's why low carb nutrition, if you have familial tendency to have cancers and tumors, then all the more you might want to consider a lifestyle change for prevention. So, healing or prevention tayo dito. When it comes to prevention, you can just answer longevity and immunity because it's already given na kung wala kayong sakit ngayon and you just want to live longer, it should be a disease-free life. Okay? So after, next in line would be PCOS, hormonal problems, especially sa mga babae. So sa mga babae dyan, hello, I hope you are already having regular menstruation. And for those naman who are trying to conceive, I hope you will get pregnant soon after your weight loss journey. Trust the process and have faith that it will be given to you in God's perfect time. So marami na po yung nag-improve when it comes to those who are having problems in their hormones. So, hindi lang yan PCOS. Yung iba, meron ding mga endometriosis, merong mga abnormal uterine bleeding, merong mga breast mass that are all hormonally affected by our imbalances sa ating katawan, and that can be helped with proper nutrition through low-carb nutrition. So, next we have healing from GERD. Before that one, anxiety and mental health. So, sobrang dami. I know some na who are fasting long, not for weight loss anymore, but for their mental health. They feel at their best, especially when they undergo a certain stress in life. They know that going into fasting can like give them a good restart. So that's also the reason why when you are still capable of fasting, it's also nice to do that para siya magiging history mo that you can always refer to, and in times na magkakaroon ng panahon that you feel like you need to fast, you'll always have that reference na alam mong kaya mo because you've experienced it before, you've done it before. And so for those who are struggling right now when it comes to their mental health, with their stresses, I hope you can overcome it and know that you have a community here very willing and open to help you with whatever your struggle is. Meron tayong low carb feasting and fasting community to support you kung meron kayong questions. And also, we have the Carboholics Anonymous PH by Doc P. Atencio and the other moderators and admins who are helping manage the page. Na marami din po na yun din yung mga admins and moderators natin in Life Without Rice and LCFF community, because we are just one and all we want is for you to be at your best. So moving forward, yung next natin, healing from GERD. And yes, GERD is not just about having heartburn, hindi lang ito about ulcer or hyperacidity. For those who are suffering from GERD, try to also look into your anxiety levels dahil baka we are just looking at your hyperacidity but we are not looking at your anxiety and stress level, and hindi natin alam that your stress and anxiety pala is the one causing your GERD. So that is something that you can look into if ever perfect nyo na yung low carb, perfect nyo na yung fasting, but still you are not seeing a complete healing because it might have something to do with worry. One hack, every time you think of something negative, eto lang yung gagawin nyo. Every time you think of something negative, try to think of at least 3 things that you are grateful for. 3 bagay that you are always thankful for. So, hindi yan kailangang magarbo, hindi yan kailangang sobrang out of this world na kailangan mong pasalamatan. It can be just as simple as you breathing right now, you waking up and able to walk, and you being able to think. The capacity to think is already a blessing. So, kahit yung 3 na yan, be grateful, be thankful, and that is already good enough for you to start and address whatever it is that causing you to worry and have stress. So that is why it's very important. And when it comes to low carb, healing is facilitated kasi you are no longer putting extra burden sa iyong katawan because you are no longer consuming a lot of junk. So when you are consuming foods that are just nutrient dense, that are just good for you, so your body is able to keep up with kung ano yung kailangan mo on a day-to-day basis, and also how to overcome the stresses that we encounter in life. Kasi a life that is stress-free is hindi na buhay yan. Because yung totoong walang stress ay kung wala na tayo sa mundo. But as long as we are living There will always be stress. It's just that we need to have it as a manageable stress, and the kinds of stress that will make us improve and be inspired to do better, and of course motivate us to keep on going. So merong mga healthy kinds of stress, at yun yung dapat pagtuunan natin ng pansin. So the other ones here, kidney problems. So yes, marami na rin pong nag-improve. CKD3, CKD4, nag-improve to CKD1, CKD2. Meron din mga dialysis patient na CKD5. Yes, nasa CKD5 pa rin yung iba. Meron ding iba na moved into CKD4. But most importantly, at least their inflammation in their body is already lowered. So yung risk nila for heart attacks, for stroke, and other metabolic problems na usually nakikita among dialysis patient is already less. So yon, and we also have gallbladder issues, and lastly, bowel and gut issues. So, yung merong mga parating sumasakit yung tiyan, nagda-diarrhea, constipation, inflammatory bowel syndrome, that is already still part of our autoimmune disease protocol, that can be addressed with proper nutrition and proper dietary changes. We have an autoimmune protocol where you can have a food elimination. Yung safe list natin, pwede yang ma-alter so that you can create your own safe list talaga. So we now move on to our next question. So we will just be quick. How long have you been practicing low carb? So yan, marami, karamihan dito is less than 6 months pa lang. So sa mga newbies, maraming salamat po. And I hope you will continue. Huwag kayong mahiya. Know that the rest of us who have been in this lifestyle for longer time are very much willing to help you. At yun nga, dadami na lang tayo. So, if you can help, share the page, share this video para mas marami tayong matulungan. We are looking at exponential growth in 3 years' time, and mangyayari yan because of your help. And this is also somewhat consistent. The blue one here is weight loss, and the blue one here is less than 6 months. This is consistent kasi sa mga newbies at sa mga baguhan pa lang, yung isa sa pinaka-attractive na pang-bait for people to choose low carb is actually weight loss sa karamihan who needs to lose weight. But over time nga, you will appreciate na low carb weight loss is just secondary, and it's really the healing and yung pag-improve ng overall mental wellness ninyo, mental clarity, your improved strength, your improved stamina that will really make you sustain this lifestyle. So we have a little next in line after the 6 months, 6 to 12 months, and yan. So of course, given na mas konti na lang. So hello sa mga more than 6 months na, more than 1 year, more than 4 years, and more than 5 years nang naka-low carb. Hello po! Maraming salamat for joining our survey, at marami sa atin yung mga kababaihan. So nasa 80% are females. So 81% females and 19% males. So sa mga female dyan, spread the word because you are the mother of your household or your circle. So, sa circle ninyo, you can influence others. So, kahit pa hindi active yung mga husbands ninyo and partners ninyo and mga kuyas ninyo, I hope you are still influencing them, helping them in your own way. So, yan yung ating sex. And lastly, for the age bracket, yung age bracket natin, yan. So, pinakamarami, wow, meron tayong 21 to 30 years old, meron tayong 31 to 40 years old. Yung pinakamarami, 41 to 50 years old. So, hello sa mga 40 plus dyan, 40 plus low carbers, especially sa mga titas and titos, 51 to 60. And hello sa mga senior na nag-a-avail na ng senior discount. 61 to 70, meron pa tayong 71 to 80 years old, and we also have 81 and up. So, as you can see, it's all varied. And sobrang nakakatuwa because you, in this one, tayo na nabilong dito, we are all of legal age. So tayo, this one is a decision that we made for ourselves. And kung merong bata sa bahay, sa household, you are responsible for them. And I hope you will influence them at hindi na sila mapabilang sa mga taong kailangang gumaling, but they will just belong to those people who just want to do low carb for longevity and immunity para lang mas maging maganda, mas maging meaningful yung kanilang pamumuhay. So for me, I am doing now low carb for longevity and immunity, and I hope you will soon do the same and you are on your way as you start low carb nutrition. So thank you so much. One more response na lang to make it 250. So yan, that's our topic for today. It's the reasons why people choose low carb. And I hope when you choose low carb, always choose the ones on our green to blue spectrum na kung saan ito yung may pinakamababang impact sa ating blood glucose, sa ating inflammation, sa ating insulin. And this can help us become the best version of ourselves because we are nourishing our body with the right way. So yun lang po. Maraming salamat everybody. For those who want to know more, meron tayong LCF Masterclass for you guys. And of course, meron tayong daily free videos every 12 noon from Mondays to Saturdays. And of course, for our LCF Masterclass group, we have an exclusive Q&A every Sunday. Ito po yung schedule natin. Yan. So that ends our today's video. Maraming salamat and thank you also to our partners, the last NLCD. And again, meron tayong NLCD Part 2 on December 4, 2022. That's going to be the first Sunday of December and I hope to see you then. Meron po tayong fun run and family day. Thank you so much po. See you again next time. Remember to always stay low carb so that we all stay safe. Bye-bye.